gonna get right into this one, man. This is Brandon Miller situation.
After the game about our pregame introductions. I think that's something that's been going on all year. I don't really know. I don't watch
so
our.
All this commotion is about
brought
this.
to my attention after the game about our pregame introductions.
That he been doing. I'm guessing.
I think that's something that's been going on all year. I don't really know. I don't watch our introductions. I'm not involved with them. I'm drawing up plays during that time. Regardless, it's not appropriate. It's been addressed.
Yeah, it might not be appropriate, but we're going to go to Skip Bayless. I think Skip Bayless did a good job breaking this one down and hit it right on that head about
here to love this young man.
How to come at this
situation. He can really play basketball. He's somewhere in the top 5 of the draft. The more I watch, he looks like top 1 to me. He has responded to this in a great way on the basketball court.
Yes.
So I got to give him the props for that.
Remember, he dropped 41 in the overtime when he gets South Carolina.
Hold on. They're going to get into it. But let's go to these highlights, though. This is the game he got patted down.
Decision. The highlights. Really patient official.
Miller steps into a 3. He is one of the best in the country at catch and shoot threes. They keep percentages on all that. He is 46.
This guy right here has been just different.
Turned him up.
Jackson in the zone. Jackson feeling and firing that time an air ball. And that doesn't get back on defense. Alley-oop pass, and Miller on a 2-hand flush.
This means Lamont Harris is going to get it. Yeah, Brandon Miller, you've got to make him put it on the floor and arrive, and does a nice job of running the floor. He's
been efficient. I mean, you look at his shooting numbers. At one point, he was shooting 65% on unguarded threes. Miller takes it strong and drops. At one point, he was shooting 65% on unguarded threes. Miller takes it strong and drops the hammer. His shooting numbers at one point
out on
he was shooting 65% on unguarded three.
Oh my goodness.
Miller takes it strong and drops the hammer. Oh my goodness.
That is a big
2-4 right here.
The defender right there climbs the ladder.
Tanked up.
I've had Brandon Miller
so they
5 times this year.
Saying,
that is as strong a take.
Remind me a little bit of the shots that South Carolina made against Kentucky. Contested late clock threes.
Miller left alone, can't do that. Silky smooth jumper, knocked down from the corner. He's got 15. 16 points, tries a killer crossover, turned it over. Fellow freshman Miller on the steal. Miller with a 2-hand flush.
They're shooting the gun outside of the club.
Let's check in with Coley Harvey.
And some of those shots that South Carolina's made here, that they won't fall here in the second half.
Jackson attacks the rim, takes it hard. Good defense walling up by Alabama.
Why he getting booed every time he touched the ball.
Miller left alone. Miller knocks down the 3.
Catch and shoot threes, man. You can't give him that catch and shoot threes. You've got to find him in transition. It is a place that has resources,
so
especially now with NIL. Come on, Miller, stop it. Get to the rim right here. We got a little George Gervin right here. Look him up, kids. He was pretty good. The Iceman.
Yeah.
He was really good. Little finger roll.
You can find the Iceman on YouTube.
Exactly.
But all charges against
Miller. Absolutely feeling it. Draws a lot of attention. Pulls the trigger. Deep 3. Miller putting on a display. 25 now for Brandon Miller.
That's exactly what he brings to this team.
That's the secret to finding him. Didn't get a lot of Power 5 offers, and there's Miller with a silencer. He's got 30.
Now for Miller right on the right-hand side of the screen, in the middle of the floor. They'll set a ball.
I was just about to say, it's a close game, too. They've been losing the whole game. They've been down.
Silencer, he's got 30.
Now for Miller right on the right-hand side of the screen, in the middle of the floor. They'll set a ball screen. Oh, that's a good play.
Miller takes it strong. Miller with the left off the window. Tie ball game. Avoids dropping the ball in this possession. Under 3 minutes to play.
Sinking the overtime.
Miller surveys, wants a ball screen, gets one from Bediako. Miller, beautiful, just gliding his way. Gray couldn't handle it, and it'll be a turnover to Alabama. If you're G.G. Jackson, would you be better suited taking that?
Great pass.
Two-hand slam the other way by Jacoby Wright.
close out.
Miller trying to break our 11th tie of the game. Takes it in and gets it to drop 39.
Execution.
Shot clock off. Alabama will try to win it with one more here in OT. Miller guarded by Gigi, two of the most highly touted freshmen in the country this year. Miller with three. Miller to the rim. Miller with the left hand.
About 1 second.
And the guy he's driving by, we've talked about the athleticism of Gigi Jackson, 6'9", quick twitch, but it was no match that time for Brandon Miller.
Was that game?
He is one of the best in the country at catch and shoot threes. They keep percentages on all.
Undisputed. Because that was game right there.
South Carolina. And he played very well against a very good Arkansas team in Tuscaloosa on Saturday. I watched the whole game. He can play, man.
Yeah.
He's clearly, to me, on the floor, the leader.
He dropping 40 a game. Coach like, hey, man. Not even a coach. President of the whole school. Like, yo, hey. If ain't no charges, we got to let him play. If it ain't nothing y'all going to charge him with, why
the team as a true freshman.
Yes.
He's quarterbacking on defense. No, here he's.
If he was a regular guy, though, he wouldn't have played. If he wasn't dropping, you know what I mean. If he was a bench player, he wouldn't. They would have.
Calling out defensive signals. He's shooting 43% from three. He's averaging 20 a game with the 41 that he had at South Carolina.
And he's doing this with all this hanging over his head.
And he's 6'9". And his coach said after the game on Saturday, he's one of the most mentally, if not the most mentally tough kids I've ever coached.
Yeah.
He says, NATO says, I've been coaching for a while. Okay, I'm going to give him all that. But that's as far as I'm going to go. Because I'm going to ask you, back to your college days, if you think, and at Savannah State, you had no idea if you could even get drafted.
Correct.
But let's put you in these shoes. You could be potentially the first 2-3 picks in the draft. As you call it, we're talking about generational wealth here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're talking about being able to do something that will set up your family for generations to come. And yet, your teammate, you drive him to the club. It's a sports bar in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's where he about to break down what happened right here.
And you drive up and you see the line is really long to get in, and you say, Brandon Miller says he's driving the car. It's his Dodge Charger. I don't want to stand in line. You go, I'll come back and get you. Just text me and I'll come back and get you.
Right.
So he lets him go stand in line. Some time passes and he gets a text. I need my joint. They call guns. I've never heard that before.
Yes, that's what he.
All right. I need my joint.
Piece.
I've heard piece my whole life, but not joint. But I need my joint. Okay, if you're Brandon Miller and you have so much on the table, I know it's easy for me to say or for you to say from a distance, but you have so much to lose. He needs his gun at the club. Well, wouldn't your mind leap to why and what is about to transpire here? Do you want any part of this?
Skip, look here. I had teammates, Skip. I know what they do. They somehow things just follow them out of the store. No matter what the store, whether it's a convenience store, it was a mall. It was the mall. It did not matter. I knew what they're capable of. They could not ride in my car. They were my teammates.
I've been in college too, and yeah, it do be dudes like that, man, where they just, you feel me? Everywhere they go, it's a problem. It's just something gotta happen. You know, they get to a certain point of the night and they still out and they still doing whatever they doing. Something gonna happen at some point. So yeah, everybody know them type of people, especially if you've been to a college and experience that.
I knew who and what to give a ride to. You're not going to put me in harm's way because I know, first of all, I'm Sterling Sharp's little brother. And you're not going to get the headlines. I'm going to get the headlines.
Bingo.
So I already knew that.
But this is Brandon Miller we're talking about.
No, sir. Bring you what? Bruh, come on home. And I'm not going to get him.
No.
Because I already know, because you already told me you in some stuff. You already told me. So now I go down there, you going to get me in some stuff that I didn't even be a part of because I'm in my dorm room.
Okay, so he didn't actively or actually hand the gun to the other kid, Michael Lynn Davis, who did pull the trigger.
Right.
But Darius Miles, the teammate, did, who's now his ex-teammate because he's out.
Yes.
But the DA, after they looked hard at it, said there's nothing we could charge Brandon Miller with.
Right.
So he's off the hook here.
Right.
He's okay.
Right.
He's off the hot seat.
Right.
Yeah. He's still
The
gonna play
justice
every
system
game.
has spoken. You're not actively involved
Right.
anymore in the investigation. Okay? So we give him that. And we've seen the NFL operate. We go with what the justice system
Right.
says that it has found,
Right.
right? So I'm cool with that.
All right, so am I.
Yeah. I do think that Alabama got fired because he was clashing with Luka.
Right.
Well,
Man, I don't know what happened, but Skip was pretty much saying he thought Alabama was going to suspend him for a couple games themselves since he cleared all investigation. He got clear on investigation, and just the fact of him being in the investigation, he thought he should have gotten some type of suspension. Fuck that. Let him play. What you talking about? Let him play. Let the man play, man. He about to drop another 40. He about to bring all this attention and all this to this school, man. We got to get this W now. I feel him. Let me know what y'all think, though, man. Shout out Brandon Miller. Keep going.